In schools, they have a standard set of rules about what the teachers must and must not teach. Yes, we're taught about the wars and the people who died fighting for these books on our tables, but the secret is there are things missing from our history books, and secrets lying beneath the words on the page, carefully hidden in code that we don't understand. The things I will never understand are the things you teach me, and all the lessons I will understand are the ones I never got taught. Our books are like puzzles missing pieces. The things you think don't matter are what's really important, and the things you think are important really don't matter. But the real question is, who gets to decide what's important? Who gets to decide what dead soldier gets recognized? They all shed blood just so you could decide whether they are just as important as the guy on the next page. There are people missing from our history, and their stories are never in our memories because you decided what this person did will never be as great as what the guy on the next page did. All these books represent is how broken our timeline is, because if we were to order our history, years upon years would be missing. We figured what certain people did wasn't relevant to us. And as kids, we never pick up on this because we never think to look beyond the basic information. We never care to look beyond the letters. But what the fine print should say is not all history included. Only a fraction of our history is told. My question is, what if I thought you were irrelevant? What if I said, hey, this person never did anything like this person, so let's just leave him out? What if I told you you were gone? What if I silenced your story? What if I told you you are forgotten history? This is a eulogy for the stories you never heard. The ones who shaped our nation, stories of hope, of bravery, of loss, of inspiration. There are lost voices calling out to us, seeking the same glory. Their voices are trapped underneath the dirt. They cry out, I just want to be remembered. Their voices echo against the feet of the people who walk all over them like a well-worn rug. And the only reason we can't hear them is because they're so far buried that you can't see the words on the page. But the reality is, all we need is a flashlight.
As kids in the 21st century, we're born from a nurturing bubble into another, and any pop we'll experience will be from the bubble wrap surrounding us.
My parents have to check my phone every week. I get home from school and I get the look. So I have no choice but to oblige and hand over my 4.7-inch Retina HD display, LED backlit, widescreen, 32 gigabyte love of my life.
You think that's bad? My parents take my whole family to bed with them. They say they want to have family time, but I am spending time with my family. No one said it had to be my biological family. Technology has feelings too, you know. I spend a lot of time thinking of how my iPhone feels. It spends most of the day in my back pocket, spending quality time with my butt. And it's thrown in and out of my bag all the time. And have you ever thought what it might be like to die 10 times a day?
Oh yeah? Well, my parents read on BuzzFeed that chairs are bad for you. So when I came home from school, all the chairs were gone. Imagine the principal playing O Canada all day and never saying those 4 magic words. You may be seated.
My parents read online that it's better to sleep right side up. So every Thursday and Tuesday we have duct tape yourself to the wall night. And we have to stay like that. One time I had to go pee and my fish tank was nearby and I guess it was almost cleaning day.
My parents let me play on Minecraft, but I have to keep the level on peaceful. Like I might as well watch our dead snake try to move. The snake died because my mom killed it. She said it could possibly bite me even though it was made out of rubber.
My parents make me ride in a booster seat with the helmet on. Seriously, why not I just strap a pillow to myself too? One time, I had to ride with my friend, and my mom made him bring one.
My parents installed a seatbelt on my dinner chair. And I have to wear knee pads. One time, the chair fell down, and I went down with the ship. I also had to bring it when I went to my friend's house.
My parents said I had to get a license for my water gun. They also installed a safety on it, and I have to wear a helmet when I'm using it. And I'm pretty sure a water gun can only hurt our cat. Oh, and by the way, our cat also has to wear a helmet.
My parents said I can go in the baby pool only if I wear my air tank. And I can't even fit inside the pool with my air tank.
My parents make me wear a life jacket when it's overcast. I'm pretty sure I can't drown in drizzle.
Well, my parents are voting for Donald Trump.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Okay, you win.
Places, places, get in your places. Throw on your dress and put on your doll faces.
As a 12-year-old girl growing up in the 21st century, I am told that my place is in a box. I can be Dr. Barbie, Fashionista Barbie, Chef Barbie, or even Mermaid Barbie. You'd love to see that, I'm sure, seeing me without a leg to stand on.
My place is behind a man where you can find any great woman, a trophy, best supporting person.
Nobody's saying my place is at the bottom, but I'm sure not allowed to climb to the top.
When I decide to leave my house in sweatpants, I'm told I'm PMSing. But when my brother does that, he's just looking athletic. Do you want to know what really happened? I woke up.
Why is it that you need to remind me that one day, if I want, even I can be an engineer or a scientist, but you don't remind him? You know what the funny thing is? The second I step outside the box and look at all of these options, I'm pushed right back, only to be reminded that I have to be more.
But do you know what's even funnier? I don't need you to tell me. I know I can be more. I know I will be more. I am more. Everyone thinks that we're perfect. Please don't let them look through the curtains.
What if I am a successful woman? What if behind me is a man? Or even better, what if I don't need any support or any guidance?
What if I can find my own way, find my place, not at the bottom, not in the middle, but at the top?
I live in a society where the women are the cocoons and the men are the caterpillars, where the women are surrounded by barriers and the men are free, where we can't break out and become our own butterfly because we're only the supporting foot. We help guide you through the path, yet when your transformation is complete and you're ready to soar through the sky, the cocoon that nourished you is left alone, abandoned. I can do just as much as any man, because I am capable of everything he is. I am not just a reflection of the men. And even though the word woman has the root word man, I am not just the evolution of the male gender. I am no one's spin-off.
I am a part of something bigger, something unique. I am a part of the female gender. I am a part of the group of people that don't live in the shadows of men. We create our own reputations. We have our own histories. We are never caricatures and never dolls. We are more than what you think we are.
We will continue to push the boundaries. We live outside the box.
Mirrors. They say they let her see herself, but all that she sees seems to be her outer layer, and not what makes her happy about herself. She looks at what she should become and not at what she's already done. She forgets about having fun and takes in the opinion of everyone. She forgets who she is and charges into life full steam ahead. As she leaves her self-esteem in the soaked pillows of her bed, she puts all her trust in the popular girls who say, if you want to be like us, you must dress like this, talk like this, or you can sit next to the kids on the short bus. So she listens and grows apart from those who were there from the start. She breaks her mother's and father's heart and stops pursuing her love of art. A year passes. She's finished her classes. She hears the news. One of her unpopular friends slits her wrists from the broken glasses of her mirror. After some bad pictures of her. After she was invited to one of the cool parties, which was strange because the cool kids never went near her, but she was already on a thin bridge that she kept in her interior. And that day she went over. She realizes what she's become, a bully to kids vulnerable and young. The first school bell is rung. Her new friends walk up to her and say, "Look at those new kids, let's go have fun." But she stands her ground. The school is loud, but she's too angry to even hear a sound. She lashes out, done with her act. She knows her parents want her little girl back. Those weren't bullies anymore, they were a wolf pack, preying on those weak so they can plan their attack. She is not one of them. She is strong. She will not spend the most important years of her life ruining others. She is strong. She is free. She knows who she can and wants to be. When she was young, she'd made her own dresses, not to fit in, but to fit out. And she was proud of it. It was the only thing she would talk about. She is now older and knows the risk of having her own rhyme and rhythm. And maybe that means not to be rhythmic or rhyming. She may have 2 left feet, but that does not mean those aren't the 2 right feet for her, because socks fit on both. And when I was young, my mother told me when I was feeling bad about myself, there is nothing to fear, dear, as you can always see yourself in a broken mirror. So make your own beat. Just because your perception may be skewed does not mean that your perception is not you. And she lives by those rules. She gathers the kids under their oppression, and they make the bullies admit their confessions. They say, "I only hurt others because I am hurt myself. Try living in a house with 4 other brothers and only one being yours." And the alpha leader admits, "My mother and father love their appliances and cars more than one another. And just because they're rich does not mean they're happy. I'd rather be poor and grateful than miserable and wealthy."